If you've ever been curious about the dark web, there's one name you've probably heard, the Hidden Wiki. It's often called the home page of the dark net, a single page of links that promises access to an entire hidden world. But what actually is it? How did it start? And how dangerous is it really? Let's take a guided tour of the most famous page on the dark web. Before we step into the Hidden Wiki, we need to understand where it lives, the dark web. The dark web is a small part of the internet that isn't indexed by normal search engines and usually requires special software like Tor to access. It's used for many things, some legal, some questionable, and some clearly illegal. Think of it as a network of unlisted websites with strange addresses ending in .onion instead of .com. In the early days of the dark web, there was a big problem: discovery. There was no Google, no easy way to search for .onion sites, and most links were passed around in forums or chat rooms. That's where the idea of the Hidden Wiki came in. It tried to be a central directory, a public index of dark web links, so newcomers had a starting point instead of wandering in the dark. The original Hidden Wiki appeared around the late 2000s and early 2010s. It looked surprisingly simple: a basic wiki page with sections like marketplaces, forums, email services, whistleblowing sites, and more. Anyone could edit it, just like Wikipedia. Over time, it became famous as the go-to entry point for people who had just installed Tor and wanted to explore. But there's a twist. There isn't just one single official Hidden Wiki. The name became more like a concept than a brand. Multiple versions and clones appeared, each claiming to be the Hidden Wiki. Some were genuine community efforts to list useful resources. Others were created by scammers who filled their pages with fake or malicious links. So when someone says they visited the Hidden Wiki, they might mean any one of many different sites. So what do you actually find on a typical Hidden Wiki page? Usually it's organized into categories. You might see sections for search engines, secure email providers, forums, news sites, cryptocurrency tools, file hosting, and sometimes marketplaces. Some links point to privacy-focused projects or legitimate services that simply prefer to exist on the dark web. Others point to very shady or outright illegal content. The directory doesn't filter, it just lists. This unfiltered nature is exactly why the Hidden Wiki is so controversial. On one hand, it has helped people find tools for privacy, bypass censorship, and access whistleblowing platforms. On the other hand, it is also linked to markets for drugs, stolen data, hacking tools, and worse. Over the years, law enforcement agencies have paid close attention to many of the sites that appear on these directories. Another big problem is scams. The dark web is full of them, and the Hidden Wiki has often been a magnet. Imagine a newcomer. They open Tor, search for Hidden Wiki, click the first result, and start following links. That person is the perfect target. Fake marketplaces pretend to sell products but only steal money. Phishing sites copy the look of popular services to capture passwords or private keys. Some links lead to malware or so-called ransom pages. The directory becomes a hunting ground for anyone hoping to exploit beginners. Over time, the Hidden Wiki itself has constantly changed. Sites go offline, get seized, or simply vanish. New directories appear with similar names. Some versions have been hacked or defaced. Others have tried to clean up their content by removing obviously harmful links. But because editing is often open, bad links keep creeping back in. The Hidden Wiki is less like a stable homepage and more like a constantly shifting bulletin board in a very rough neighborhood. Despite all this instability, the Hidden Wiki keeps its reputation as the homepage of the dark web. For one main reason: it's simple. For someone who knows nothing about .onion addresses, a single page of categorized links feels like a map. Even if much of that map is outdated or dangerous, it's still a starting point. Articles, YouTube videos, and forum posts have repeated the name Hidden Wikis for years, so it's the first thing many people search for after installing Tor. It's important to understand that the Hidden Wiki is not a search engine, not a trusted guide, and definitely not an authority. It's closer to a community notice board where anyone can pin a note. There is no guarantee that a site is safe, legal, or even real just because it appears there. On the dark web, trust is fragile, and a link on a directory means almost nothing by itself. Law enforcement and security researchers have also used the Hidden Wiki as a window into dark web activity. By watching which sites are listed, which markets rise and fall, and how scammers operate, they can map trends and occasionally trace operations. At the same time, privacy advocates point out that not everything listed is criminal. Some people use dark web services to avoid censorship, protect sources, or communicate under repressive regimes. For beginners, though, the Hidden Wiki is often misunderstood. Many imagine it as a magical doorway where one click reveals some secret underground internet. In reality, it's more boring and more risky than that. Most links are dead, repetitive, or uninteresting. The few that are active might be scams, traps, or activities that carry serious legal consequences depending on your country. Curiosity without caution can lead to real-world problems. So why does the Hidden Wiki still matter today? Not because it's reliable, but because it's symbolic. It represents the first contact many people have with the idea of the dark web, a single page promising access to a hidden world. It also shows how chaotic that world really is, constantly changing, unregulated, and full of both people seeking privacy and people seeking profit at any cost. If you ever explore topics related to the dark web, remember this: the Hidden Wiki is not a guidebook. It's a rumor board. It tells you that something might exist somewhere, but it doesn't tell you whether it's safe, legal, or honest. Understanding that difference is crucial to separating myth from reality when it comes to the dark net. As we step back from our tour of the dark web's most famous page, keep in mind that this video is for educational purposes, not encouragement. Knowing how these directories work helps you understand online security, privacy, and the risks of blindly trusting what you find on any part of the internet, hidden or not. If you'd like a deeper dive into how Tor, .onion addresses, and dark web marketplaces actually function, let me know what you want to explore next.